Hello, hello, and welcome to the August bonus class. I picked the Encircled with Love stamp set, which coordinates with the 1 and 7/8 inch circle punch. Of course, if you didn't have this, any circle punch will work, or die cuts that might fit these circles, so you don't necessarily have to have that one. These are great phrases, and the only one I had a little bit of problem with stamping, well, I didn't use this one yet, but this one, you really have to make sure you ink it up good and press it down good because it is a solid image, but we're going to use that one today. Okay, so we are using Mossy Meadows, Secret Sea, and Darling Duckling. I think that's it. I think I've got all the colors out, but if I need to grab one, I will, but I think we're good. We are actually going to make 5 cards, and we have made this layout before. It's just been a while since I've done it. So I thought this circle punch and the designer series paper we have here would be perfect for it. So here's my little template, and I didn't put a picture of this in the directions. I really need to make a new one. It's, I don't know, got stuff splattered on it, and it's seen better days, but I've used it many times. And it says all of this in the directions, but you're going to pick 2 pieces of coordinating designer series paper. And you're going to cut, you can put them together and cut them, or you can cut them separately, but we're going to come down 1/2 inch and 1.5 and put tick marks, 3 inches down, tick mark, and 3 inches over, tick mark. So let's go ahead and do that first. If I can find my pencil in my mess here. And it's probably going to be hard to see these tick marks, but I'll do my best. So 1.5 is right here. 1/2 inch is right here. That one's going to be the tough one. And then we want to do 3 inches. And I'm making these marks bigger than, if the paper wasn't so busy, I would make them much smaller, but you can always erase it, so it's not that big a deal. And then 3 inches here. And I'm actually going to just put these together, and I'm going to put this one face up this way, because see, we're going to make 2 cards, just like this. So we're going to use front and back of this one here, inside, and then just the opposite. Okay, so let's just put them together just like this. I'm pretty sure this is going to work, because then I'm just making sure what I'm doing. Yeah, pretty sure I want to do it like that. Hate it when I second guess myself. Okay, then we're going to go from this tick mark, the 3 inch down, and the 1/2 inch up. 1/2 inch, Debbie, right there. So we're going from this 3 inch to that 1/2 inch up there. And remember, we have 2 pieces here. Hopefully we did it right. If not, I'll get more paper. And then we'll go from this 3 inch mark, and I know you guys can't hardly see these, but I can see them. So we're going to go from this 1/2 inch, or 1.5, to this 3 inch right there. Okay, here's all our parts and pieces. Now let's see if it all goes together like it's supposed to. We're going to hope for the best, right? Keep our fingers crossed. Because now what we're going to do is one card is going to look like this. And then one card is going to look like that. Looks like I did it right. Before we start attaching these pieces of designer series paper, in your packet you have some scrap pieces like this. You might have 4 long pieces, you might have 4 shorter pieces. It all just depends, because you are going to put them right here. So all I did is glued them down, and then we're going to do some trimming. So I do it like this. I just add a little bit of glue along the edge, just like that. And then I lay it down. And I'm just leaving like I don't know, 1/4 inch, 1/8 inch sticking out there. You can do it as wide as you want. I mean, you can have more sticking out. It doesn't matter. Okay, there's one. And then we'll do this one. Same way. Okay, this one will go here. Whoops. Sorry, I've got... Here, I'm going to bring it down here. I had a little bit of glare going on there. It was bothering me. Okay, there's that. And we'll just go ahead and glue these. I think I can put this one on this end, just like this. Let's get in the camera, Debbie. So this one's going to go here. Just like this. Apologize if my head's in the camera. Sliding that over to the edge there. Okay, there's 2 on that one. That worked out great. Here, I'm just going to cut it in half just to make it easier. And then... Whew, I was messed up there for a minute. And then, yeah, this one goes here. I was freaking out that I did something wrong. Trying to do all of these at once. So you should have plenty of these. Because if you have long ones like this, they will fit. 2 of them will fit on here. Let me get back up here in camera view and let's see. I just got glue all over that. I'm just going to rip that off and it's not necessarily where I wanted it. Sometimes that happens. Okay, there's our other piece. All right, then what we're going to do is just trim these up. So you just follow along your edge. Follow along this edge. Garbage, garbage. That looks to be fine. I'm going to do it like that. And then this one. And this one. So there's those 2 and then one more. Okay. So then that'll be these. Yeah. This one moved a little bit. Well. I was able to move it a little bit. That's fine. It's all going to be good. Okay, let's get these scrap pieces out of the way. Now, what we're going to do is bring in our card front. And one piece is going to go down here. One of these is going to go... What did I do wrong? What did Debbie do wrong? Oh, I had them the wrong way. Whew! Gosh, I was scaring myself. Oh, this one goes here because this goes here. Oh, come on, Debbie. Okay. What I usually do is put this piece down first because it's very obvious where it goes. So that's going to go right here, and we're just going to leave our little border like we normally do. So let's put that piece down. Quit scaring myself here. Okay, so this is going to go right here, just like that. Okay, that's good. And then this piece will go here, and then this piece will go here, and we're going to pop these up with dimensionals. Okay, so let's go ahead and bring in some dimensionals. And I actually could use big ones on this. Oh well. Getting them stuck everywhere except where I want them. think when I made the samples, I had some extra, like I was cutting off the extra, so it was easy to put some big pieces down. There's that, and let's put one in the center. That's probably good for that one. Here, I'm gonna grab some big ones. I think it'll be quicker for me instead of wrestling with these little ones. Sometimes I love our little minis. It's what I use most of the time, but sometimes you need a little bit bigger dimensionals out here. I mean, I'm still going to use this. I'm going to put 2 more. I don't like the card to sag. That's my little pet peeve. Okay. Just pull all the backings off. And then this will go up here. Just like this. Okay, and then this one will go down here at the bottom. Here, I can get this out of the way now. And then this one will go down here. Okay, there's that one. And then here, I'll go ahead and this one, I'm not going to assemble the whole thing, but this will go like this. And then these two will go like this. Oh, maybe I'll just go ahead and do it here. It'll be quick because we've got it going on now. Right. Okay, so this goes in the center. Always easier to start with that center piece. There's that one. And then there's dimensionals. There's one. Okay, let's pull these off. I see the potential for this stamp set to be used a lot, honestly, because you can just stamp and punch. It makes it so easy in classes. So if you don't have it or haven't used it yet and you're planning some classes, that I used it when I did my class at the Stille Valley. And it was great because they could just stamp and punch and it worked great. I like it when things are easy peasy. All right. And then this one will go up here like that. Okay, so there's the 2 card fronts. You should have 2 scraps in here. I think what I'm going to do, let's see, I did Mossy Meadow, and so let's stamp. This one will do a little something for you. This one stamps really nice. And the nice thing is on these squares, it doesn't matter if it's straight or not because it's a circle. Now, make sure this is inked up really good. And then make sure you put some good pressure on here. Because some people were having issues with it not stamping all the way. Voila! So if you just put some pressure, you'll be good to go. Now your little piece here, you can put the little sticky note on I tend to just line it up. It's big enough I can move it around with my finger a little bit and punch. There's one. And then the same with this one. The border around this one is a little bit bigger than the other ones. Just an FYI, just so you know too. Okay, there's those two. And then all we're going to do, close that up, is attach some ribbon behind here. Okay. Let's see, I like this. And I'm going to do it like this. You can do it any way you want. And then let's just trim these up with our ribbon scissors. And we'll be popping that up with some dimensionals. Let's just use the big ones. That's what I grabbed here. I think I'll just put 3 across like that. Let's see how that works. And one will go right here. Okay, then let's do this one. See, these are actually really easy to put together. Once you cut the paper, as long as you don't mess up on your cuts, it goes together really quickly. Something's not right here. All right, there we go. Okay, and trim that, and put these down, put this one down, I should say, right there. And then what I did, let's see, so this one here looks a little crooked on the front of the card. I'm going to just move it just a little bit there. And I put a little yellow one right there in the center, and then this one I just put a couple, I just went and decorated it, but you can put them wherever you want. And I put yellow so they could show up. And then on the inside, of course, if you want to add some strips to the inside of your card, you certainly can. I forgot, oh, I do have a strip here, but I'm not gonna add those. You know what to do there. So you would just fold it. And this one, there is no white insert because I feel like the basic beige is light enough that we can actually write on this. So you could add strips to the inside. Okay, so there is project number 1. I'll move these back out of the way. Okay, there's that. Okay, now project number 2, and I love this one right here. It's so simple, but yet so pretty. Okay, so here's our card. Opens just like this. Now, you could do something else in here if you wanted. You could put a piece of Coordinating Designer Series paper there if you would prefer, but I kind of liked just having that corrugated piece right there. And yes, this is no longer available, but I had already designed them and I just went with the flow. So for this one, I am going to go ahead and burnish and score first, just so I keep everything, well, maybe, oh, here it is. I was going to say, maybe I'm going to burnish. And then this piece goes up like that. So what we're going to do, oops, goes like this. This piece is going to go on right here. So we're just going to go ahead and attach that. Easy peasy. Now I'm using glue because the corrugated embossing folder is really thick, so it's nice to get some of that adhesive down there in the grooves. Okay, so that goes right there. And again, I did put a piece on the inside, but I didn't cut a piece, so I forgot to cut my inside pieces, so I'll do that when I'm done. This piece is going to go on the top. Now, this is from the piece that has, here I'll show you, from here. So this one is actually this corner piece here that I had cut off over here and used in monthly club stuff. But I had this piece that I think I just had to cut a little tiny strip off of it, and I'm going to go with it. Now, before I attach that, because I was thinking, well, I could just put some ribbon across here, but I kind of like how the ribbon hangs down there. So I was at a dilemma here. So let's go ahead and stamp and punch. Now I'm going to do, again, this one's going to be in Mossy Meadow. And I'm going to do the happy birthday with this one. These stamp so nice. I have to say, I like this set. You know, sometimes you stamp and you're like, eh. But a lot of the times we stamp and it's like, oh, wow, that stamp's really nice. I like that. And these do stamp really nice. Okay, oh, here's my layering piece. So I think I'm going to kind of do it the same way because I like that effect. I like having that ribbon hanging down a little bit down here. So I think we're just going to attach this and we're going to call it good. I'm not going to, it's not that much white up there showing, so I'm not going to worry about it. I mean, I could have cut another piece, but I was kind of trying to use up scrap pieces that I had. But I think that looks good. And then on the back here, now you want to be careful as to where you put your adhesive so that it doesn't show when it's down here. So I'm going to just put some adhesive here, here. And I'm going to come across right there. I don't know if this scrap piece is enough. I mean, I could do it different, but we'll see. I could just do 2 little strips this time. Yeah, I think I will. I think I'm just going to use up that piece, although I have a piece over here. I'm just going to do it like that with this one. Let's add dimensionals. I'm using the big ones for this big circle. I feel like it's safe to do that. Probably a good idea to do that. Okay. And then this is going to go in this one. We may not. I have to move this one up. There we go. Because we don't want to see it. And there we go. And let's see, in this one, let's put, what color bling? Blingity blings. I think we'll go Mossy Meadow this time, if I can get them off. And I think what I'm going to do is put a couple up here. That'll help with that big white area. Whoops. Put one over there. There. So we didn't need that piece. And then, of course, you could add a strip to the inside. I think a couple of them, I did put them on in the packets. This one I didn't, but you get the idea there. You can add a strip. Or you could stamp something on the inside if you wanted. Okay, project 2. Let's close this up. Project number 3. Again, I really like the cards I designed this time. Is that okay for me to really like them? Okay, So you have two pieces. One's for the inside. One is to layer your designer series paper on. So you need to pick a piece of designer series paper, cut it according to the instructions. I want to say it's 3 by 5, but don't quote me on that here since I said that. Yeah, it's 3 by 5. So let's just go ahead and attach this. Almost dropped it upside down. That would have probably, well, at least there wasn't a card right there it was going to fall on. Okay, there's that. And then this is just going to go on top on here. Very simple. But this is a great layout. You can do this layout with so many different things, honestly. It's one of those that is a skinnier card, but when you add your little circles here, you can stick it out so it makes it a bigger card for the normal size 4 1/4 card. Let's see. Let's do thank you again. Happy birthday. I think I'll do the thank you again. I need to get my thank you cards sent out to those that placed orders with my ordering special anyway, so these will be good. All right. And again, this is that solid one, so I'm going to really push down here. Ooh, told you it stamps really nice. You just have to put some pressure down on it is all. And we'll punch that out. Close this up before I drop something in it. And then we're going to attach some layers here. So let's attach. This is going to go on here. So it's on a 2-inch circle, and then it's on a 2 3/8 inch layering circle there, just like that. And then we're going to take our little piece of ribbon here and just going to add a little bit of adhesive here. And then I just tucked it like this. Okay, and then what I do is I line this up so that I know here's 4 1/4 to see how far. Okay, so here's the 4 1/4, which 4 1/2 is where a card base would be. So we're going to kind of put this about right like this, anywhere up, down, middle, however you want. So down the center, I'm going to lay, or not quite center, I'm going over just a little bit. I'm going to attach some dimensionals. Okay, just like that. And then I am going to attach it about right there. I think is good. Let's see if we got that. Oh, that's what you don't want to happen. You don't want anything sticking out. So I do have to do some trimming here. But see, nobody can see it now. Nobody knows we did surgery behind the card. And I do have a strip here, so you know what? I'm going to go ahead and cut this down just a little bit, and then we're going to attach this one to the inside, since I do have it here. I knew a couple of them. I had found strips that were already basically the right size, so I just tucked them in. I think I'm going to attach both of them. Oh, my glue is about empty. Almost. Okay, this one's going to go right here on the edge. And you know, sometimes I leave a gap, sometimes I put it up to the edge. You can do it however. I've seen a lot of people that just do the edge all the time because then they do this to make sure it's flat. And I thought, well, that's a great idea. But sometimes I like having that little gap. And like, I'm going to leave a little gap here, just to break it up a little bit. And then this is going to go on the inside, just like this. And I'm going to burnish this one. And there you go. Let's add. Now I haven't used as many of the Secret Sea, but this is kind of dark. I don't think I want to put Secret Sea on there, so I think I will go ahead and put the Daffodil Delight on here. Or sorry, Darling Duckling. I don't know why I keep wanting to call it Daffodil Delight. I think because I had to substitute a little bit. So as you can see, I've used a lot of this bling already. Okay, that was project number 3. Now, project number 4. I know last month we did this fold and this cut. Actually, I think, and we did it in my the East Meets West class that Tracy and I did. So we did it there too, but I decided to do it again. And I did do it a little bit different. I added this piece to the inside, which I thought made a huge difference. So we're going to go through this, even though you've probably seen it, and I bet you're an expert at it now, but we're going to go, and I already have an inside piece cut. So on the directions, it'll tell you the 8.5 by 11, and you go from the 3 inches up, 3 inches down. It doesn't matter if it's 3 inches up on the left and 3 inches down on the right, or 3 inches down on the right and 3 inches or 3 inches up on the right and 3 inches down on the left, top or bottom, as long as you do the opposites. Because then all you're going to do is lay it on your paper trimmer and you cut from point to point. Okay, and then you score from 4 1/4. You score at 4 1/4 and 8. You put it in this way, score at 4 1/4 and 8. Okay, then this is your card, just like this. Now, what you're going to do, so this is going to be our inside piece, because that one was already cut from, I don't know, something. And then we're going to cut these two. So for this piece, and I do have to look at my notes a little bit because I don't have it memorized, the DSP is 2 3/4 by 3 1/2. On the left, we're going to mark it 2 7/8 from the bottom. Now, this is really going to be hard to see because it is dark, but I'm going to do my best. 2 7/8. 2, come on, Debbie, you can do it. 2 7/8. And I'm going to like put my pencil mark there because we're going to cut from here to here. And then these two pieces have already been pre-embossed. And the nice thing about this embossing folder, the something tiled, can't remember what it's called, something tiled. Anyway, you can use, they're already pre-embossed for you, but if you were making more of these, of course, you could use any embossing folder you want. These are 3 1/2. Make sure I'm doing this right. Ooh, hope I didn't cut these wrong. Well, I did. They're not quite wide enough, but I'm going to use them anyway. I'm going to make it work. I'm going to try it. For some reason, I cut these at 3 1/4, and they technically need to be 3 1/2. So I need to change that in the directions too. But you're going to go from the bottom right, you're going to make a mark 3 1/2 inches up. So, and it doesn't matter because you can flip these. So you can just do them exactly the same. Let's see. So we want to go 3 1/2. And I'm just going to put these two together when I cut. And we're going to go from that tick mark to up there. Okay, so let's bring in the paper trimmer. Hope I'm doing this right. it's the last card. I'll probably mess it up. I mean, I already did mess it up. I cut it wrong, but I think we can make it work. And what I probably should have done is just went 3 instead of 3.5. I could have went 3 1/4 because then that would give me a little bit more gap going the other direction. I'm just going to go with it for right now. I don't want to overthink something. Okay, so there's those two. And then this one is right here to right there. And it goes like that. Yay, that one's right at least. Okay. Now let's see if we did it correctly. Okay, this goes on here. We did that one right. I did that one right. Throwing you guys under the bus. Okay, there's that one. And then this, yeah, I should have, I don't know if I'm going to attach these, and I apologize. That means your pieces are cut. Well, I'm going to assume your pieces are cut. Oh, now this one looks correct. Let's see if this one, no, it's not correct either. Yeah, that 1/4 inch just kind of bothers me. But if it doesn't bother you, hey, attach it and let it go. And who knows, I may change my mind and go ahead and attach it anyway. We'll see. Let's see. I'm going to do this one as a thank you also. No, we'll do happy birthday here on this one. To make these proportionate, I think I can come down just another 1/4 inch and then cut up, and then that will make the proportion look how we want it to look. I'm picky about proportions sometimes, depending on what we're putting together. Okay, happy birthday. Let's punch this out. And then this will layer on top of this. And then I'm going to just add this basic white ribbon, which I think is, I'm pretty sure is on the last chance list. And the last time I checked, there was still some left. I was going to actually add some more to add some of these to my cart, and I forgot all about it. Because I actually put an order in today just to stock up on some of the in color stuff. And then this is going to go on the front with dimensionals. Yep. Our favorite. And I love our dimensionals. I actually had somebody at a class, or it wasn't a class, it was a Craft-A-Palooza, so everybody brought their own projects to work on, and, you know, I just brought all the stuff to use, basically. But somebody said she loves our dimensionals, so that's always good to hear. Because that's how I feel about them, too. I really like our dimensionals. I feel like they're just the right size. All right, and on this one, because we did stamp in that Darling Duckling, we are going to go ahead and use Secret C. Somewhere. There. Okay, I'm gonna do something here. I'm gonna see if I can fix this. I may mess it up even more, I don't know. Because this was at 3.5, yeah, so I'm gonna go 3 1/4. Because I was a 1/4 inch off. I mean, if I mess it up, I'll be cutting a new one and just emboss it and I'll fix it. But I think I can make this work, but we'll see. Could be wrong. Let me see if my math was, if I was mathing correctly. Yeah. So you can cut it at 3 1/4 instead of the 3 1/2 mark, and then you just have a bigger border there. If you don't want the bigger border, then, you know, you don't have to do that. But that will work. This goes on the inside here. And I didn't put a piece on the inside, a piece of DSP. You certainly could if you wanted, but I kind of liked it plain on this one because I felt like there was a lot going on already. Okay. Woohoo! I am going to cut 2 new pieces. And I apologize if you don't have Secret C and you need these. Please let me know. God, I feel like I've said that several times. I was in a hurry getting packets together this time. That's my bad. Trying to get stuff done. Okay, let's bring them in. So there's Project 4. Here's Project 3. I love that card. Oh, I love this card too. Project 2. Project 1. And you end up with 2 of these. So there you go. The Encircled with Love stamp set. It's a great stamp set. Like I said, you can use it with so many different things. I think it's going to be very versatile. All right. I will see you guys again next month. Have a good one. Bye, guys.